In this very hall, the Nelson Mandela Hall, is where all of the action will be happening, where we're expecting over 50 heads of state who will be converged in this very auditorium for the plenary session of the 37th Ordinary Session of the African Union. Key on the agenda for the continental body is the year of education, which is now replacing last year's vision of accelerating the African continental free trade area, which is equally not fully off the table, but also key on the agenda for many of these African nations that will be coming is the need to address collectively the political crisis, tension, violent extremism, and the increasing spate of unconstitutional changes in governments across Africa, especially West Africa, which is now bearing the brunt of the highest number of military takeovers that we've recorded. In the last few hours, we've seen a statement from the Economic Community of West African States issuing a statement on the political crisis in Senegal. The belief is that the continental body and the African Union would want to see all of these issues addressed. Earlier today, the Economic, Social and Cultural Council of the African Union says it will be holding a summit in Accra where a dialogue will take place targeted at ensuring calm across West Africa, looking at the increasing spate of violent extremism and also military takeovers that we're recording in the Sahel region.
Since then, the issue has continued to progress in, I think, the wrong direction, where you have multiple more countries, experience these incidents. It is something that is very worrisome to the Union. As some of you know, we have continental frameworks and protocols that deal with incidents of UCG. I think some of you have seen some of the responses that have come from both the regional and continental authorities in terms of the sanctions and the expulsions of these member states from the continental and regional bodies. But I think what we do within civil society is, okay, we have the regional frameworks. This is what we have agreed to do as a union. But what can we do beyond that? How can we get to the actual communities to try to understand from the perspective of the citizens, from the people, how they are experiencing these issues? Because we have seen that, a number of these incidents are actually accompanied by what appears to be celebratory reactions from the population. So what does that tell us? So I think these are all of the different things that we are doing in this area. I believe that Ghana is going to be hosting a follow-up forum next month. So ECOSOC is actually part.
The African Union's development agency, NEPAD, says it is equally alarmed at the political crisis taking place in parts of West Africa and other parts of the continent. Chief Executive Officer of NEPAD, Nardos Thomas, at a news conference, says poverty and unemployment remain at the core of this challenge.
While we are doing all this, you see that so many countries are going into unstable, and I'm sure you will ask me that question. But what we're trying to do is really understand that all these political instabilities that we are facing are mostly as a result of lack of development. It's poverty, it's unemployment that drives this. So we've come out with the triple nexus, and we said, listen, you will see us where countries are sanctioned. You will see us in Mali, you will see us in Niger, you will see us in Burkina Faso, you will see us in Guinea. Why? Because that's where we are needed. We need to seal these conflicts with development. We need to give hope to the people of Africa.
It is unclear if all of these measures will yield any positive impact and to address the concerns and the imminent threats to coastal West Africa, including the likes of Ghana and Nigeria, as well as other countries that are now facing this crisis. Until then, blessed and giving you all the updates from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia.